Savvy employees know that they need to go beyond just working hard to get recognized and rewarded. It is critical that individuals who are young and old learn to market themselves.
Guys, what does marketing really mean? And can you find out tomorrow at the annual MarCom?
Yes, you can, Elias. Joining us with the details are event organizer Stacy Sacco. I call him Stacy Sacco to me, and Dan Mayfield, editor-in-chief of Albuquerque, the magazine. Good morning and welcome back, Dan.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Good to have you both with us. And so let's explain to our viewers basically how a networking event is beneficial to someone that's looking to be marketed professionally and personally.
Well, it's across the board. You know, marketing events like this are great because you can meet potential employers, you can meet potential friends, and people that can help you in your everyday job. You know, in my job, Stacy's job, we rely on friendships to get our jobs done. Yeah. And it's great to meet people. And at MarCom, there's going to be, we're guessing about 500 people there tomorrow night.
Wow.
And so it's 500 instant friends. And they're all extroverts, and they're all friendly, and they're all ready to talk to you. Yeah. And so it's perfect, you know?
May I say, I have been in a room with both of these gentlemen at social functions, and they do know how to work the room.
It's going to be a extrovert festival. Watch out.
How does one work a room?
Yeah, how do we do it?
Well, I'm a fan of the, oh, hey, what brought you here tonight?
Okay.
And everybody's got a story about what brought them to whatever event it may be. Yeah. And especially if something like a networking event, it's like, oh, who are you hoping to meet? And those open-ended questions like that, everybody loves it, and everybody loves talking about themselves.
They kind of do.
So yeah, so it makes it perfect. And the next thing you know, you got a friend, and then somebody to wander around with. Yeah. And you know, and MarCom is perfect for that.
It's true. It's true.
One thing I was going to add is that to a certain degree, a lot of people will go with a friend and then they hang out with them. The better thing to do is sort of branch out.
You're right.
Go with a goal. Maybe it's meet 2, 3 people that night. You're going to make a connection. So you talk to somebody. Boy, if you can get someone to introduce you. In fact, I'd love to go. Look at the roster. Pick 3 names, go to the event organizer, grab one of us. We'll be happy to introduce you to someone.
I have to say, it's so ironic. My friend Dana is actually here today from California, and he is the master of the introduction. It's a wonderful, it's a technique that he uses, and I'm sure you know, is that being able to say, okay, hey, Stacy, Dan works for Albuquerque, the magazine. Dan, Stacy does this, and then you basically introduce, and you say each other's names over and over, and by doing that, it really does reinforce who they are, what they do, and why you would want a connection with them. Right. Thanks, Dana, for that.
Yeah, I like the way you did that. That does work.
It's true, though. And, you know, a lot of people are shy. So what would be the best way if you want to introduce yourself to some new people who are potential business contacts and you want to engage them in conversation? What would you say?
Well, MarCom is great for that because it's a public relations mixer, it's a media relations mixer. There's people from across the spectrum in the communications field. And they're all talkers. So, and they all have booths set up tomorrow night at the Sheraton. So you just go up, introduce yourself, say, I do whatever it is I do, and they will be more than happy to take the ball from there and roll with it.
One thing I think you have to be careful of is that I've run into where people come up and they'll say, so what's your name? They're sort of interrogating you.
Sure.
So would that be a do and don't?
That's a do and don't. A do is go over and just be welcoming and say, hi, how are you? I'm Stacy, and what's your name? And get to know them, find out a little bit about them. The easiest question you can ever ask at some kind of a mixer is, especially in New Mexico, where are you from? You start with that, because somebody's from somewhere.
So true.
Well, what are some other common do's and don'ts of networking?
Well, for me, I always put my business cards on the left, and then when I grab your business card, I put it on the right, so I keep those things organized.
That's smart.
Well, also remember to bring a stack of business cards.
Well, yeah.
That's the other one. You know?
I always forget.
Don't look at me.
He always has business cards. I always forget. I do. So that's a good idea.
That's a good one.
And so let's talk a little bit about the mixer, because MarCom is going to be a big night, like you said, almost 500 people expected. So what are some of the details?
Well, tomorrow night it starts at 6 to 8:30 at the Sheraton Uptown, which is the Sheraton near the mall. And it's $25 to get in, but there's people from across the board in the communications field there. Also, you get a subscription to Albuquerque, the magazine, with that, which is something I love.
Hey, let's be honest, Dan, it's not a cheap magazine.
And beyond that, you also get a cocktail. So there's a happy hour event. So
part of the reason we're doing this too, because I teach at UNM, is that I'm bringing a lot of the students. I'm bringing 5 student groups: Delta Sigma Pi, Latino professionals, and so all of them are going to be playing games of pool to raise funds for the student groups. So, and they're all marketing groups, so very excited about that.
It gives a lot of different people chances to mingle with people that do different things.
Well, and then we also invited some other folks beyond the marketing group. We've got TEDx ABQ is going to be there. PBS is going to be there.
Oh, nice.
We've got New Mexico Workforce Connections. Got a couple of contacts for there.
Very cool.
So they can talk to you about jobs. And so there's a whole range of people. So you get a real sense. But so really to come is to meet people that are your peers, but also I think to look for jobs. Bring a couple resumes. We'll be happy.
And you'll both be there.
We'll both be there. Absolutely.
Okay, now so if somebody wants to attend this event or really any mixer of this type, what should people wear and what should people bring?
Well, it kind of depends on what your mission is when you're going.
Good.
You know, if you're going to get a job, put the suit on, put the nice dress on,
do it,
look professional. If you're going to make friends and be nice, just dress how you normally would, feel comfortable in a crowd with those people.
Okay.
You know, but you know, tomorrow night's event is everybody's really, really friendly, so you don't have to worry about it too much.
I love that you call it the extrovert event. Clearly, he and I would not be welcome at extrovert.
Where can our viewers go for more information?
Albuquerque the Magazine's website, abqthemag.com, and while they're there, they can also sign up and nominate somebody for Hot Singles for just a couple more days. Which, and then also next week already our Best of the City voting.
Oh my gosh, I want to win again, I want to win again.
You can vote for Best TV Personalities. Yeah, favorite morning show, there's a bunch. So Best of City voting starts June 1st.
That is one heck of a magazine that I felt honored to be a part of. I'll tell you that, Dan.
Thank you.
Seriously.
You guys are coming tomorrow night, we hope?
I'd love to. I would love to.
In fact, at one point, Laryl from Albuquerque, the magazine, is going to have a competition for the best elevator speech. And you can win $100. So, you got your elevator speech down?
No elevator speeches on New Mexico style. We have way too much fun
I have
here.
a couple elevator jokes, but we'll
save that for the commercial break. And stay with us because meteorologist John Smith is next with your weather forecast. Don't go away.